out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into which made it nice and easy.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you? Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmeckian bloke. Collects weapons, and he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of mine. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dallamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the...
Is that the thing Toes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. I don't want you. A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out, and it's maybe my fault, but I swear, sadly, that square turned out to be more of a... I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time. I'm going to need help keeping it from...
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan, well?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But
we owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must...
Those ledgers were my responsibility.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask...
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rossfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides...
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
A little something Sid and I set aside for... And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates are.
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark.
I know. Which...
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry.
Really?
No, I don't.
When it comes to boyish charm, boots have...
I think Mid might need some help.
That's it, then. Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's a lovely bit of kit. Problem is, which is why...
I imagine.
Proper?
So what exactly...
Nothing but bomb ashel. Gave me a sample, you pour the... So, and do you know what I found?
I take it...
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really?
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The St. Drape's fang is gone.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life.
Here. You. Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the use of every room, hoping to keep out the riffraff, as he puts it.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg.
Pardon the intrusion, but
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been...
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you...
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the mornings he's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen. A single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to...
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw with the thieves...
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship, every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is set to pass through.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to...
That will be very kind.
Farewell.
Faster! Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's. Nothing seems to be done. All right.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my... What shall I call you?
Wyvern.
Glad. A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience.
A few moments of your time should...
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twin, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal...
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, but it is the final stone which lends a mineral quite foreign. And that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade, and a far more fit.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However...
I am locked in bitter competition with a rival. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron is a perennial...
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths... Redeem! We mustn't...
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right...
Trust Uncle Byron to find such now. Let's see what...
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star route is worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself...
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from... Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old...
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's...
Same as always. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, Sid may have been the face of the hideaway. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it.
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as... I reckon what he saw in Sid, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're that, and you...
is certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back.
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Oil of Talc?
Milady.
Gifts? Oh, my.
Otto asked me to give it to settle the hideaway's debt with the... and to...
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. And blamed himself for not being... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to... an ill habit. Given that both have always been surrounded...
Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk. So, Molly's leftovers weren't good. That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right. Now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me.
I was just on my way to see him. Sorry for the... And hopefully he'll agree it was...
You learned something about us.
I did better than...
Aye. A whetstone.
Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on it. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duel. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good.
Even so, is there some way it could be...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to us. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. And that would see them... Nah. No point trying to copy that thing. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah.
I'm sure the curse breakers will just...
Don't you worry about... I've been working day and night since I was half your age. And I'll Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right.
Clive. So, what'll it be? Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. And? Back, are ya? So, what'll it be? Anything else?
He cracked the crystals.
Were you able to...
We were indeed, Lawsman.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transfer?
About how she somehow...
Well, precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. The Fenrir of legend served, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply that...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, He has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected.
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed.
I'm never drinking again. No matter who's... Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accepted the...
But she was just too stubborn. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid...
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't...
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Oh, what? Fancy a look at the list, do you? Oh. Anything catch your eye? Seen enough?
Lady Karen Goad tells me you won't have. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you. I may have tossed a talent or two in, but those were donations. And you can add...
Of course not. But surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Cid the Outlaw himself. Might be I already. Might be you even know her. Fine content. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this, I sometimes wonder...
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't...
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit...
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have... How long did you know?
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back he bought passage to... I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking Island rum till the morning, quit my post not long, but me and Sid stayed. That was the magic Wokins, and there was no hide.
Couldn't you?
My family wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me under... Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him. And he was true to his word, too. Threw away everything he had. I knew then I'd follow that man. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Mid told me she was... A ship.
Really?
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
And what can I do for you? Coin purse weighing you down? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you? Well, don't just stand there, go. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Clive. What's saying for you, dear? Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff.